Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Samantha Hearne and this channel is all about how you are able to build a successful business, be happy doing it and live out your purpose. And in today's video, I am talking to you about a very popular topic, how to get your first paying client. If this is something that you are working towards, this is something that you are aspiring to reach, or if you do have your first client but you want to make sure that you are consistently serving them, and how do you then get your next client, and eventually how are you able to become fully booked, this video is going to give you some fundamentals and the grounding work that every entrepreneur needs if they are coaching people, serving clients and delivering things on a one-to-one or even a group basis. So how do you get your first client? If you have any questions, this video resonates with you and you have more that you want to talk about on this topic, please leave it in the comments below, and I really can't wait to get stuck into this video. The first thing that I would suggest that you focus on is your community. And the reason I say this is I see a lot of entrepreneurs that are starting out that focus on the money first and focus on making sales and getting clients before they have worked on their community. This strategy might bring in a quick income, but it is going to be very hard to scale and leverage that business because you haven't created the grounding work that you need for your business to be spoken about without you being there, build a very strong and consistent brand, have loyal fans and followers that love what you do and come back consistently. You're going to create a very quick exchange. This is what I do. I'm here to serve you. If you want to spend money with me and you want to invest in your time with me, let's make it happen. We need to build the community first. And this happens for a few reasons. By building your community, you are building social proof and social credibility. If people then find you in 6 months' time, they want to know what you've been doing and they want to be able to consume your content, learn more about you, get a flavour for who you are and indirectly connect with you. So if you already have a community, a following, a connection and an engaged audience, the new people that come in are much more likely to convert quicker if they can see that social proof through comments, likes and shares, and the social credibility of you showing up consistently, you being there, you delivering and serving free content and support to your community. So the first one is community first because of these two reasons: social proof and social credibility. And to reiterate one thing that I said there with social credibility, you need to be showing up and serving your community consistently. Buzzword, consistently. You need to show up first. So in the beginning, when you're trying to convert your first clients, it's going to be 80% you showing up, 20% them. Once your business and your brand and everything that you stand for as an entrepreneur and in your coaching is more established, people know who you are and they know what you're doing, they can find you, they can see the social proof, they can find you and you are socially credible, it will turn and it will end up being 80% them reaching out to you, DMing you, saying they want your services, and 20% you saying, here, book in a time. But to begin with, we need to recognize the shift in that energy exchange. And when you are beginning your journey and you are getting your business to a place of profit, success, growth, clients coming in, you do need to make sure that you are showing up and serving consistently. Because again, if you are showing up, you are also delivering yourself as the expert. If you are showing up and you are going live and you are giving them content and you are ready to tell them solutions and strategies and tips for free, you are already putting yourself in your group, your community, with your audience as the expert. And you want to be seen as a leader, you want to be seen as an influencer, you want to be seen as a role model and an aspiration and the person that they should go to when they are ready to invest in a coach. And if you do not show up consistently and serve your community, that's going to be very, very hard for you to do. And it's also going to be very hard for your potential clients to actually connect with your message and connect with your way of coaching if they can't see any evidence of that online for free. So showing up and serving for free is really important for you to position yourself as an expert and also create that subconscious message in your community's minds that you are the person to help them. This one is so important. I would like to say that I think I do this very well. People do call me Sold Out Sam, so hopefully I do this well for all of you. But you need to plant seeds. If one day you go into your group or you go onto your live and you go into the platforms that you're using for social media to build your business and you say, right, I am selling, I have 3 spots available for one-to-one, reach out to me. That is too direct when you are at the beginning. You need to be planting seeds consistently. So what I would do, and this is what I did, and it worked, because here I am now. You need to, for a period of time, and you can map this out, you might think for the next 4 weeks, when you go live, you are going to mention that you are now taking on clients to work on these issues, these struggles, and work on creating a solution. So for example, if you are doing coaching around well-being and positive thinking, when you're doing your next live, during that live you might say, and I'm super excited because I have actually opened up some spots for my one-to-one coaching. If you're interested, let me know, but let's get back to the content. So you're planting seeds. You would do that for a few weeks. Then you would talk in more detail about the coaching. So you deliver as normal, you show up consistently as you normally would, and in amongst that live session or that video series, however you decide that you are going to show up, you plant the seeds consistently so people start to get that subliminal message and they start to see that subtle shift away from serving for free to serving your clients on a deeper level. Once you've done that and you've planted those seeds, your audience start to also see you as the expert, but see you as someone they can reach out to and come to for your expertise. And they can now value the experience that you have because they have seen it live, they have seen it in your videos, they have seen it in your content, you are socially credible, you have social proof, and all of the other things that I've just mentioned. Which leads me to this next stage. Once you've planted these seeds and they know that you are now offering a service and that they can reach out to you and that these are the things that you want to start talking about, this is the next stage. This is very important. No waffling. So what I mean by that is you would then want to come on to another live and say, right, hello everyone, I'm so excited. My one-to-one inquiries are coming in and clients are starting to book their discovery calls or their consultation sessions or book in a time to speak to me, you know, however you want to work that. And we can talk about that in another video. Let me know if it's something you want to talk about, how to onboard your clients. You would let them know that your one-to-one, you've been speaking about it for a few weeks, you're super excited, and I want to tell you a bit more about it. If you are in a situation of X, Y, and Z, and you are looking for support in X, Y, and Z, this is for you. Working with me as your one-to-one coach for X amount of weeks, when you reach the end of our time together, you will be in X, Y, and Z. That would be the structure that I would follow. If you experience this, if you are struggling with this, working with me for this amount of time is going to lead you to this outcome. No waffle. If you are not confident in your delivery of your service, confident in the value of the investment, confident on the service that you are providing, they will not want to invest because they are not seeing that confidence, that intention and that purpose of your package, your prices, your one-to-one that you want them to see. They are seeing the, okay, so I have the one-to-one and I'm really excited and, you know, but just reach out to me. You know, if you're in a situation where, you know, it could be anything really, but just reach out to me. That is not where we want to go. We want to make sure that you are clear, concise, and there is no waffle. You are giving the impression of you being the expert, and the more that they can see that in you and they can see that you are showing up, you know who you want to serve, you know how long you want to serve them for, and you know the outcome you can get them, that is where the secret sauce comes. They want to speak to you, you want to speak to them, and the journey can start. Secondary to that, if you do have a system where you speak to them on the phone as a discovery call, consultation, you know, have a strategy call, whatever you want to call them, the last thing you want is for them to be unsure of why they want to work with you. You want to be able to say to them, why have you chosen to work with me? And then give you a very specific answer based on the specific sales delivery that you gave in however many videos or however many posts. There has to be an element of this consistency, this confidence, and the concise message coming from you that then goes to the client, that then aligns the two of you, and therefore they want to work with you. So it's really, really important that there is no waffle. And if you need to practice, you need to write it down, look in the mirror and say it, do that. Make sure you know what your sales script is for your one-to-ones. And I remember the structure, who it's for, how long for, what's the outcome. And you want to think about that delivery and practice that delivery before you go on camera and start to try and sell in a more direct way after planting those seeds. Final 2 points, how to get your first client. This point is all about making sure that you are asking for feedback. So throughout planting these seeds, during your videos or on your posts, you want to always make sure that you are asking for feedback from your community. Is this something you would be interested in? Do you want to find out more about it? Do you struggle with X, Y, and Z? Are you in this situation right now? Do you want me to help you with X, Y, and Z at the moment? Any of these types of questions, whether that is in posts, whether that is in stories, whether it's in polls, whether it's in lives, or it's in all of them, amazing. But once you have that information and those people vote, you can reach out to them and ask for more feedback. Can you tell me more about you, where you're at? I just want to find out what you're struggling with and what has brought you to vote on this poll or say yes on this live. Start to reach out to your community and learn more about them, because the more you can learn about them, the more you can also learn who your ideal client is and what makes them say yes and what makes them say no. You can learn what's holding them back, their limiting beliefs, and therefore in the future you can start to combat them before you need to sell anything. But in terms of how to get your first client, you remember this 80% of energy exchange. You need to make sure that you are going out there, positioning yourself as the person to help them and the expert. So that will come with asking questions, finding out about them, but you only want to ask questions once they have given you some feedback, because they have opened up that dialogue. They've taken the effort and the energy to connect with you on a poll, in a comment, on a story, to vote and reach out. So once that has happened, you need to take the next step as the coach. As the person that's here to support them, you need to take that next step. Because finally, we do need to be realistic. Getting your first client should be the first of many. It should be a snowball or a domino effect. You don't want to have one client, 3 months go by, another client, 3 months go by. So I started my business and for 6 months I didn't sell anything. And the first thing I sold was a group workshop called Fresh Mind, Fresh You. You can find it if you're in my Facebook group. And it was for January 2018. And it was all about how we can start looking at our mindset in a fresh way for the fresh year ahead. Then once I did that, I launched my one-to-one to those people. And from that point, I have never not had one-to-one clients when I wanted to fill spaces, because I took the time to do all of these steps I'm telling you to do. And remember, being realistic is not about putting yourself down or saying that you're not good enough or it's not going to happen yet. It's being realistic with things like time, how often you're showing up, making sure you're being seen first and foremost, you're being confident with selling and putting yourself out there in your sales script, and knowing the audience that you are talking to from gaining their feedback. This is not something you want to rush, because when you do get that client, you need to serve them so much value and worth and just give them the most enriched experience that they then tell other people, and the domino starts that way as well, through recommendations. But the domino will only start if you have solid foundations ready to push them over. If you're just picking out a domino from the box and saying, there's a client, excellent, and then we have to ruffle around in that box again and panic about getting the next domino, the next client, that isn't a system that we want to start with, and it's not a system that I would advocate for you to do. I would say start exactly as I've told you here. Think about this strategy, think about this very simple flow of energy and this very simple flow of you showing up first and positioning yourself, gaining those connections. And when you do get that first client, that feeling is incredible. But I want that to be a feeling that lasts and a feeling that continues. If you have questions around how to get your first client, if you want a video on how to onboard clients, so once you do get them on a discovery call or consultation, how do you convert them? Please put that in the comments below, because I will create a video about onboarding your clients and converting your clients for sales. Absolutely no problem, but I want to hear from you first. I'm gaining your feedback so that I can find out what you want. Exactly what I've told you to do in this video, and I'm still doing it now. I'll see you in the next video.